Welcome to the channel. Today there's a new bad guy in town. The Eldar Codex is up for pre-order at the time of filming. So I get to kill some Eldar with my glorious Space Marines, the 13th. So it's 2,000 points of Aeldari versus Space Marines, and I've set up a lot of line of sight blocking terrain all over the place. The battle mat is from urbanmats.com. These rocky towers, there's a tutorial on the playlist, on my playlist. I can show you how to build these. And because we're running with a new book, we're doing simples. Simple Dawn of War deployment with take and hold. So it's 5, 10, 15 on the primaries from turn 2 onwards. There's a lot to remember today. We've got Fog of War. So all units have the benefit of cover in turn 1, and you can't use stratagems in turn 1, and then you can forget about that one for the rest of the game. Say hi, Sultan.
Hi, Sultan.
You've got Eldar.
I do.
Why? How? What?
So, someone in the Discord, Fabius Bile, absolute legend, also known as Ken, reached out to me and said, hey, would you or Winters like an Eldar army? And I said, well,
no.
I can say that Winters does not want an Eldar army. However, I'm interested. How much would you like for it? He said, no. They've been sat there for years gathering dust. I would like to give them to you.
Wow.
What a legend, right?
Yes.
What a legend. It's a 2,000 point Eldar army. Now, the caveat, none of them are here today.
You didn't bring it?
No,
you didn't bring the
there's
army.
another reason behind that.
Right.
I will absolutely bring them. I've asked them if I could add some of my own flair to them, which I have done. They're very wood elf looking, lots of rangers, a couple of wraith guys, things like that. It's going to be really cool, and I will bring them at some point.
Yes.
But because he gave me that army, I went, oh,
right.
I can expand and finally get Harlequins. And one of our good friends of the channel, Snipsy, who's been on once or twice, was selling his Harlequins.
Right.
So I went, Harlequins are my favourite of the Space Elves, other than maybe Drakari. Let's get some of them. So what we're running today is a Harlequins army.
Yes.
But then you said, look, all these cool new shiny aspect warriors, which guess what, Sultan? You can paint in multicoloured fashion. And I went, I like multicoloured. Yeah, I have Bretonians in the old, but I like multicoloured armies. So it's all the Harlequins with the new stuff. It's not optimized, and it never will be because it's me, but there is down the line there will be a Craftworld list on the channel, there will be a full Harlequins list on the channel, and there will be the aspect host list on the channel. And I'm really excited because this is the movement phase army, and we've been talking about this for years. What army does everything in the movement phase and other phases where they can still move? This is the army. I'm excited.
So new and exciting, shiny new models. Trying these out for the first time, and this is the Ghosts of the Webway detachment.
Yes.
You know, I was wondering off camera how many other content creators are actually going to start with Harlequins. I reckon none. I reckon this is probably the first look at Harlequins.
Maybe.
Comment in the comment section if someone else did. Ghosts of the Webway. These guys can charge through models,
yes,
essentially, and their flip belts ignore all vertical movements as well.
Yeah, so deep striking could be deadly.
So they're jumping around all over the place, ignoring vertical distances, charging through stuff, and now they've all got devastating wounds in close combat.
On their Harlequins weapons, yes.
And the other thing that Eldar do is they get 4 tokens every battle round, which they can spend on movement.
For a 2,000 point game, yes, 4 tokens.
Yes, and that's like move further, fall back further, move after you get shot at, things like that.
Run away from charges, I think, is one of them, stuff like that.
So the charge through stuff affects the Harlequins, but all the tokens and move more affects everyone because we bought some of the new shiny things as well.
Yes, so I'm really excited to be the Harlequins. That's the cohesive part of the list. They keep facing the wrong way.
You wanted to play Harlequins.
I wanted to play Harlequins. I have about 1,700 points of Harlequins, thanks to Snipsy. But I thought we should bring the new stuff.
Yes.
And so I feel like this could be quite nasty because it's 4 Phoenix Lords.
Right.
Which they're like bringing chapter masters, but you can bring all of them in one army.
Yes.
There is a list out there one day where I bring every Phoenix Lord that is available. Rip to Karandras, he's gone. And also all their squads. And it's going to be amazing with the Avatar of Cain. But for now, we have the brand new Lycus with her warp spiders.
Right.
They can flicker jump 24 inches.
Yes.
And then do some shooting. And normally they can't charge. Lycus allows them to charge.
Brilliant.
Which is awesome. So they're not great in combat. But if you want to polish off a squad and nick an objective, she can do that.
Warp Spider's not great in combat, but she is.
Yes. So, well, this guy still has 5 attacks. He's not bad. Yeah. So they are good.
Okay,
These are all shiny new. We've got Baharoth also known as paint.
Yes.
So love that paint, love the model. Awesome Swooping Hawk leader, and he's going with Swooping Hawks. These guys are for nabbing objectives, really. Yeah. He's tasty in combat. Swooping Hawks are just lots of shots, really.
Swooping Hawks used to be able to jump back into strategic. They can't do that now unless there's Baharoth.
Yeah.
So that's what Baharoth does.
Yeah, quite a nimble unit, which is great. So they'll probably be off the table at the beginning of the game.
Yes.
Azerman, who's awesome, got 3 damage sword, and then he has a once per game ability to make his 6-shot pistols become 3 damage and devastating wounds. Nasty. So Terminators wounding on 3 up, devastating.
I may have brought some Terminators.
Yeah, he's a Terminator killer because he's just going to cut straight through with that anti-infantry stuff.
And what does he do?
He allows him to move, shoot, move.
Right.
Yeah, which is, again, in the movement army, really strong. Yep. Dire Avengers, these are the old models, but I love them. They got 4 shots each at -1. That's a ton of shots from Dire Avengers. They also do something else, but I've forgotten.
Paint that banner?
So the banner is pre-sculpted, but yes, you have to paint it. Yeah, the only banner that was like kind of half painted was this old Dire Avenger one here, which I cut up loads of transfers to do.
It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. And then you've got, I keep calling him Fuegan. Vote in the
Fuegan or Fugan, vote in the comment section below.
Depends whether you're of a Latin persuasion.
With some fire dragons, and he allows their melter shots 6-inch more range.
Yeah, so his becomes like a 24-inch range fire pike thing, which is melter 6.
Okay.
Wow. And then, fire dragons are just good. Yeah. They re-roll all the damage and wounds against vehicles. It's the Tau thing with the battle suits that do the same thing, but they hit better.
I swear there's an argument to have like triple wave serpents or triple falcons with triple units of fire dragons inside.
They will melt whatever they touch. Yeah.
In that aspect, host detachment and build from there.
Because they're only 100 points for 5.
Only 100 points for 5?
Yeah, I mean, that's expensive because from the toughness 3, 1 wound. Yes. But come on.
Yeah.
Stick them in Falcons or whatever.
The thing is, though, none of your stratagems affect any of these guys.
I think they're good enough on their own.
Okay. Yeah, just double check that. So these guys are just going to have to go to town and do what Aspect Warriors do.
Yes.
And then we've got all the Harlequins.
Yeah, so we've got a Troop Master with a 11 clown squad.
Right.
I don't know the word.
Troops.
Clowns.
Yes.
And then we've got a Shadow Seer with 6, and then 2 squads of 6.
Yes.
We've got 2 Void Weavers with the Haywire cannons.
Right.
I do have some Star Weavers at home, but I wanted to bring the Aspect Warriors, so I couldn't bring them. And then 3 squads of 2 of the Star Weavers, the bikes.
Right. They come in 2, so.
What are they called? I don't know. The ones with the glaives, and they've got Haywire cannons underneath because I needed some anti-tank in the list.
Okay, so Haywire, and Fire Dragons are all your anti-tank.
Yes, so multiple units of anti-tank.
Nice.
But these are only 3 damage.
Nice.
But they're devastating on 4 up.
Okay.
So that's the good part about Haywire. Okay. Fire Dragons are just going to melt things.
Yes, and then strats-wise, there's strats where you can just get up a character after they die.
Yeah, feigned death.
And there's strats to fall back, shoot, and charge, so you can't really be locked in close combat.
Yeah.
There's movement strats where if I come in range of you, you move. It's the movement army.
Yeah, and I'm going to get lots wrong, but I'm going to try my best not to.
Yeah. The downside to Harlequins, of course, is they're all toughness 3.
4-up invulnerable.
The upside is they've all got a 4-up invulnerable save.
Yeah.
So it's how many 4s can you roll?
My playing Custodes? Never.
Never. But maybe today is the day. So what was the best army to run against the new stuff? Obviously, all the old stuff. First, Born Space Marines. I thought about bringing the second company and all the Primaris, but then I thought, no.
You've fallen out with them.
I thought, no. I wanted to run the old stuff versus the new stuff, and honestly, I have no idea if this is a good list or not, but it feels like it's okay.
I don't think it is.
I got triple units of drop pods, right? And then one squad's got double flamers, one squad's got double melters, one squad's got double plasma. And you can combat squad them. So those are basically 6 troop choices, not 3 troop choices.
Nice, yeah.
And drop pods can come in turn 1.
So do you combat squad before the game?
I think it's during the deployment step.
So just 2 squads go in a drop pod, basically?
Yeah, 5 people go in each drop pod, and then 15 will be running around to score secondaries, essentially. Long range Dakar. We have Land Raider, Predator, Whirlwind, a couple of Dreadnoughts chunking forward. And the idea is... Brother Captain Solgara with some Hammonators are gonna go inside the Land Raider. I've given him, I think it's called the Honor Vehement. He gets strength and attack.
And the assault phase gets more? Or are you not doing Gladius?
I'm doing Gladius. We'll get to should mention. And then Libby with some Terminators to deep strike in, and those are the tokens for the rapid ingress stratagem. So Libby with some Terminators. Yeah, we are doing Gladius. So that's got the...
Also the movement army.
Also movement.
I forgot about Gladius.
Yeah, I need to advance and shoot, or fall back and shoot, or things like that. So
Yes.
Gladius is happening. We also have Oath of Moment, which according to the latest Warhammer Community.com article, not only when I point at a unit will I get reroll all hits against it, I'll also get +1 to wound against it.
Winning on 2s on my army, basically.
Probably would have got 2s because you're such low toughness.
Spindly.
So I've got some maneuverability with the pods. I've got some long-range dagger with tanks. And I've got some chonk with the Terminators and the Dreadnoughts. And you've got a lot of haywire, so I'm not sure how long the vehicles will hang around for. But, and then it's going to be very,
it's
very
all right.
interesting.
I'm made of paper, so...
Yeah. It's just basically if you don't roll any of those 4-up and vulnerable saves, I think I'll be fine.
I'll try my best.
And we're deployed for this 2,000 point game of Warhammer 40k. I've got my captain with the Hammonators inside the Land Raider there. But the Librarian with his 5 Terminators are in Deep Strike. As well as 3 drop pods, 5 guys in each. I've kept the double flamers, double plasmas, double melters inside the drop pods. And then there's some tacticals spread around all over the place. I'm terribly, terribly worried about the absolute speed of this Harlequin and Aspect Warrior army.
Speed!
Barahoth and Lycus with the Warp Spiders and the Swooping Hawks are currently in reserve, ready to deep strike in. Got Harlequins on the right. Got Harlequins on the left. There's the Fire Dragons down there. They can stay in the backfield as far as I'm concerned. And a massive squad of troop in the middle with a Shadow Seer?
With a Troop Master.
Right, okay. Where's the one that I can't shoot at more
The
than...
one in the open at the end.
The one in the open at the end over
they
there.
can survive, yeah.
Can't shoot at them unless I'm within 18 inches.
Yes.
Okay. Unless I put indirect fire on? No, I think they can't even be targeted, can they?
No, it can't be targeted with a ranged attack. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I have no idea how this is going to go. Let's roll a dice. Who goes first? Right, after you, sir.
Thank you.
And that's a 2. And the 13th, roll a 4. It's the 13th. Space Marines, turn 1.
I'm not that quick.
Right at the start of this battle, 3 Eldari units have been marked for death. And if I kill one of them, I'll get some points. I also need to establish a locus, either in the enemy deployment zone or in the middle of the battle grid. Right, here we are after the 13th movement phase. Void Weavers have a rule. They can only be targeted if you're within 18 inches of them.
Yes.
So you made these 2 the Oath of Moment target.
Yeah.
So I can't see them, can't shoot them. But you also made this unit can't be targeted if it's within 18 inches of them. But I made them the Oath of Moment target and then popped Devastator Doctrine and did a bit of advancing here or there.
Yeah.
And the Whirlwind is in range to shoot at them now.
Yes.
So I might be able to get my mark for death target.
It's Space Marines tactical agility countering Eldar. And
Yes.
So
I'd really like to shoot the Fire Dragons because they're going to come out and kill something next turn.
that's the plan.
That's the plan. But no, we'll shoot at them. Try and get my 5 points for marked for death. As for establishing a locus, the drop pod has dropped in here and it's going to do that. And that's the Flamer team, double Flamers. I haven't brought in the double Melter, double Plasma team yet because honestly, they're hanging out ready to do some more secondaries. And the idea is to flame that troop unit. The Land Raider is also going to shoot down underneath the skimmers and try and hit that unit.
Yep.
And then I did a lot of running. There's a Predator over there that can shoot this way as well. But let's start off and try and kill this unit down here. We have D6 plus 4 shots because of blast.
Normally D6 plus 3. Cool.
Yeah. Shadow Seer is stealth, but you need every model in the unit to have stealth for the -1 to hit. So I am hitting them on 3s and re-rolling for Oath of Moment.
Yes.
With +1 to wound. I'm wounding you on 1s.
Hey!
I wound you 5 times.
Oh no.
Many invulnerable saves coming up.
5 up, 5,
4s.
4s. So far you've killed 4.
Here's the Bolter of the Storm variety, which would normally win on 3s, but 2s because of Oath of Moment. 2 more.
4 up saves. No.
And finally the HK. That's really cocked. Let's get it flat, which will win on the 2. Another 4 up and bun. You make it. So I've nearly killed the Mark for Death unit. Annoyingly, there's a Shadow Seer left. The Dreadnought could target your Shadow Seer and kill him. But there's a thing. called Fade Back. You're using a battle focus token, and you can move 7 inches. And he jumps up there, and now the Dreadnought can't see him anymore.
Yes, denying marked for death.
Yes. Thing is, the token things, it's once per unit per phase.
Yeah.
Unless it's the move quicker one. So you can't do that again. So the Dreadnought has got shots into fire dragons here.
Sorry, this Harlequin shouldn't be there.
Shouldn't be there. That one shouldn't be there. 3s to hit the fire dragons.
2s.
2s to wound the fire dragons. It's AP -4, but there's loads of cover, so you need
they have
6.
a 5-up invuln.
Oh yeah, of course. All aspect warriors have that.
Ah, yes!
That's boxcars. Bolter of the Storm variety, 1 hit. Doesn't wound. Alright, let's come around here. So while that one's establishing the locus, I've got 2 flamers in this squad, and this squad shooting at these Harlequins here.
Yes.
2 auto-hitting 2d6 flamer hitties.
6.
Which is 3s to wound for 3 wounds. Invulnerable saves. I kill 3 of them.
Yeah.
And now the bolt guns. That's 5 hits and only 2 wounds.
Kill another one.
What else can shoot them? Predator over there can shoot them. Should fire the Predator in. Dire Avengers though. Do I? I think I've started on this unit. So I will continue with this unit by firing the Predator at them. I'm doing the Predator autocannon and the las cannons at the same time because it all hits on 3s. It all wounds on 2s. And you need 4 up and vulnerable saves or dudes die.
Yes.
Yes. And that's
Save
another
1.
4. Leaves 3 of them left along with the character. And I'm not firing the HK on the Predator. We'll hold on to it. I want to shoot one of the vehicles when they come around the corner.
Yeah.
So those 2 aren't firing there. The drop pod's doing an action. The last thing left to fire is the Land Raider, which can't target these marked for death units. So we're going to try and pour it on and try and get rid of these and then close out turn 1. So here's the las, which wounds on 2s. That's 2 wounds on them. That's 2 dead. And here's the heavy bolter, which will wound on strength 5, still wounds on 3s. So 1 more wound,
Dead.
1 more dead Harlequin, and that's the end of Space Marines turn 1. Essentially, I've killed a lot of little men and spread out all the way across the battle grid and got 2 points for establishing a locus. I think I'm going to ditch that mark for death because you're just going to put it on units that I can't kill. Let's find out what the Space Clowns from Space do in their turn 1. And the Aeldari want to take the field. They want to extend their battle lines and secure no man's land. Basically take objectives in the middle of the field. Here we are after the Harlequins and the Aspect Warriors movement phase. And you did a thing on these guys and these guys. What are the things, Sultan?
So, I did a battle focus token on these guys, swift as the wind.
Yes.
An extra 2 inches to my move. So I got a 10-inch move round, which means I have a 5-inch charge.
Do they move
into
8
space.
normally?
They move 8. They are fast.
So they're going 10.
Yes.
And their OC is up in this detachment? Normally it's OC 1, right? But they get...
OC 2, yeah.
Right.
Which actually, if I think about it, I forgot they have flip belts.
They could have gone straight over.
I probably could have, yeah, the same distance, but it's good to know.
You make the charge, you kill them.
Yeah.
And then that is extend battle lines, right? And then what's the thing you did on these guys? Because I was going to overwatch them.
I've forgotten the
There's
name of it.
double flamers.
It's Stop Overwatch.
Right.
Screw You Winters is what it's called.
Okay.
So there's a battle focus token, and basically if you do an advance move, a fallback move, a charge, whatever the hell you want, you ignore, can't do Overwatch for the rest of the turn.
Right. Because I was like, are you sure you want to move them there? Because of the Overwatch double flamers, you went, aha! No double flamers for you.
Haha.
So they're there.
If only it had gone that way and you weren't such a lovely host and went, hey, did you read your rules? So we brought all the bikes and void weavers round because the devastating wound haywire cannons could, because I'm wounded on 4s no matter what, really hurt a Land Raider.
Do they devastate on a 4?
They do. They're anti-vehicle 4-up devastating.
Okay.
So, and there's 4 of them there, basically. So we can have a go, see what happens.
Okay.
Bikes here also with the same guns shooting at your Dreadnought.
Right.
You need to pop the Dreadnought as a matter of priority. Fire dragons are well within half range with Fugan's special ability to give extra 6-inch range.
They advance though.
They have assault weapons.
They have assault weapons.
They're just better in every way.
They're better than Tau.
I know, and it saddens me, but they can't, well, Fugan from fight.
Fugan for fight.
Never mind.
Okay, so you've got a bike on this objective. Basically, if you kill both of these or make a charge or something, you'll secure no man's land as well.
Yes. So even if I don't kill you over here, as long as I make a charge, I have 6 dudes, you have 5.
Yes.
Should be okay.
Yes.
Should we see what happens?
Okay. So we're going to start here with all the shots rattling into the Land Raider. That's pop smoke. Firing both of the Void Weavers at the same time.
Yes.
Here's the haywire cannons.
4s to hit you.
Yes. And that helped. The smoke helped.
It does.
Stop 4 of them.
4s to wound you.
Are devastating.
Nothing.
Brilliant. Here's all the shuriken cannons from the 2 things on 4s.
6s are lethal.
Okay. And 6s to wound, and that's 4 6s. With smoke, I need 2 up saves. I take 2 wounds.
Hey.
Now the bikes. Here's the shuriken cannons. There's lethal.
Yes.
And then more 6s. There's
Hey.
3 more 6s. 3 more 2s coming up.
Hey.
I'm good. And then haywire?
Yeah,
Less
they've got 2 shots each.
Right, okay.
4s to hit.
2 hits.
4s to wound.
And
1
that's...
devastating, which is 3 damage.
Okay. So Land Raiders on 11 wounds remaining. Basically popping smoke kept me alive there. In front of the Land Raider we have this troop here. And there's triple fusion pistols left.
Yeah, and then 1 on the Troop Master as well, which we'll do after because he hits better.
What are you firing at? The unit? I mean,
Shoot the drop pod, why not?
because you should kill the Marines when you
I
go
want
charging
to
in.
fight the Marines. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. It's part of the story, right? It's
Right.
the song.
Fusion the pod. That's 2 hits.
Strength 8, toughness 9.
I think it's toughness 8. We need to check now.
Yeah.
Toughness 7. That wounded.
Didn't know that.
You're in melter range as well.
So first one
No
D6
save.
plus 2
Yes.
for 6.
Right.
And
It's
then for 7.
dead drop pod, and it doesn't go boom boom. Then there was a couple more incidental shots into Space Marines over here. No further wounds caused. Now we're across to the other flank where you want to kill a Whirlwind and a Dreadnought. Where are we starting with?
Starting with the bikes shooting at the Dreadnought.
Bikes into Dreadnought.
This is 2 squads of 2, so we'll do them one time.
Okay.
So these are the haywire cannons
Okay.
on 3s.
Okay. That is 2 hits.
And then 4s.
Because of haywire.
Pretty sure. So that's 3 devastating.
Okay. So it's on 5 remaining. And then there's shuriken cannons?
Yeah.
Cannons of the shuriken variety.
Lethals.
Okay.
And
then
then
5s.
5s, yeah.
3 wounds,
minus
3 up saves. I'm good.
You're good.
2 units and 2 bikes. Here's bike unit number 2. Haywire coming in. Everything hit. 4s. And
Dead.
that's a dead dreadnought, which doesn't boom. Now we've got a chunk of terrifying fire dragons firing at a whirlwind. Fugan firing his lance version.
Come on, mate.
These are 2.
He hits.
Okay, strength 14.
So 3s to wound.
Yes.
And he can reroll the wounds and damage with fire dragons.
Can he?
So I need to reroll that.
Yes.
Not a good start.
Snake eyes. Well done, Fugan. Fire dragons. Fire perk on the Exarch.
Which hits, but you can reroll the hit roll.
You can reroll it. It
Never
misses.
mind.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
4 dragon fusion guns. 3s to hit.
There we go.
And then 3s to wound. Maybe.
Reroll the wound roll.
Do then.
I'll double check.
Toughness 10. So you rerolled a wound roll.
Yes.
They all wound. 3 of them wound.
Minus 4.
Yeah, no save.
So these are d6 plus 3.
Are they? 3d6 plus 9. That dead.
And then I can re-roll those because the data sheet is brand new. Look at all, can we work out this? Hold on. That's 18.
Yes.
And that's 6. That's less than 18.
It doesn't have that many wounds, and it doesn't blow up. And that's extend battle lines. Plus, you're dominating now this objective round here. There's no Marines at all there. I think that's the end of your shooting phase.
Yes.
We're on to the charge phase. I'd love to be able to Overwatch these at the start of the charge phase, but that fade to the one where you can't fire Overwatches until the end of the turn.
It's so strong for being free.
So let's see how far they manage to go. They're going 7. That's enough. And then these fellas
5
here.
on these guys. Yeah.
Okay. And that's a 10. You make both of your charges. Here we are after the charges. Should mention you passed all your battle shocks.
Yes.
You can even do the battle focus stuff if you're battle shocked as well.
That's way strong.
So they're in. They're in. Now let's fight. And you got an enhancement, Kegrax thingy bob.
Yeah.
So you roll a d6 for every model in your unit.
It's an engagement range.
And on a 4 you're going to do model wounds.
That's why there was an 11-man squad.
Oh.
Winners.
I killed many of them.
You did. But you can take a dead Marine. Oops, sorry, that wasn't 4. Take a dead Marine.
Wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we fight. Mind you, here's
fight.
the thing. I've got 2 CP over there because I ditched that thing. I could pay to interrupt somewhere. So you probably want to start here to try and extend your battle lines.
Yes.
No, you've already got extend battle lines to secure no man's land.
So I'm going to choose. Harlequins can choose either +1 to the hit roll or
Yes.
something. Reroll hit roll. I didn't look at that one. +1 to the wound roll, which is my favourite because it's Blood Angels, or -1 to hit me back
Okay.
at the start of the fight phase when I start fighting. So
Okay.
I'm choosing +1 to wound.
Okay. The player's got a power sword. The rest have Harlequin special weapons, which hit on 3s. That's a lot of good hitting.
That is a lot of good hitting.
Would normally win on 4s, but +1 a wound. Sixes are devastating.
No
Where
sixes.
are the sixes?
They're out.
It's new model syndrome.
It is. It's fine.
So, because no sixes, that's 10 at -1.
Yep.
1 damage a time. There's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead.
3 dead.
There's 2 left. Now the Troop Master.
3s.
Yes.
And then 3s, because +1 to wound. These are -2.
Right.
That's devastating at 1 damage.
Okay.
And these are -2 on damage.
-2, so those are 5s. So there's 1 guy left there, but you've achieved both of your secondaries. You're definitely OCing me off of there, and I'm burning 2 CP to try and hurt these Harlequins, interrupting before they nail me. And you're doing a thing?
So
-1 to hit or
-1 to hit, yeah. So Harlequins, that is the thing on their data sheet. Dance of Death. I'm choosing the -1 to hit.
Okay. So here's the chainsword on the Sergeant. 4s to hit. 1 hit.
Oh, I'm spending a command point, by the way.
And
we did discuss this.
That wounds. On what now?
If you kill any of my guys on a 4-up, they get to fight back.
Brilliant. Okay.
You've got to try it.
Well, I've done a wound. So
4-up.
4-up.
He's fine.
He's alive. Right. And then and the other guys. 4s. That's 3 hits. That's good. And then 3s. 2 more wounds.
4-up saves.
I don't
never
take
mind.
any down.
We both wasted command points. It's
yes.
all good.
Here's the Troop Master with his special weapon. He hits on 2s and there's 3 1s.
He gets to re-roll them because of his ability for himself.
Okay, so he hits all the times.
He's going to wound you on 3s with +1 to wound because that's his own ability.
Okay, and that's 5 wounds.
No devastating.
-1 and need 4s. He kills a dude. 4 attacks each with the other guys.
Yeah, I'm going to roll over here now.
Keep rolling here. Okay, 3s.
3s. No re-rolls.
Okay, 4s now. 6s are devs. That'll kill another one and 1 4-up save.
He's alright.
That leaves 2 flamer dudes remaining. We'll come back here to this fight. My sergeant smacking your guys with his chainsword. He hits twice and he wounds twice. If you could fail a 4-up and done, thank you.
You're welcome.
And that is the end of Harlequin's turn 1.
Not so fast.
You're doing a thing.
Command point at the end of the fight phase. I could choose a unit that's not in engagement range, specifically Harlequins, and put them in strategic reserve. So this little 3-man unit might score some points later.
Isn't it called Exit the Stage or something?
Yes.
What a great name for a stratagem. So Harlequins are exiting stage left. They've secured no man's land. They've extended their battle line. So at the end of turn 1, it'll be 10 points to 2. They're way in the lead already. And they pushed me off of all the objectives except for the one in the middle. I will pick up 5, 10 points at the start of Space Marines turn 2. And yeah, that was brutal. Let's find out what the orders are. Right, here are the orders. Bring it down, take down a vehicle with no prisoners, take down anything at all. So I need to bring it down. I've declared the one in the middle back there as my Oath of Moment target. And I'm doing the tactical doctrine. And I fell back here and Sultan's doing a thing. Got some more battle token points. So you're doing opportunity seized. After I fall back, you can move D6 +1 in any direction. The movement army coming into effect.
3 inches.
I'm going 3 inches.
Just trying to get away from those flamers as best I can.
Now I need to bring my Land Raider around to shoot at your dude. Right, and then I move my Land Raider forward to get within 18 inches so I can shoot at your thing.
Yes.
And now you're doing another thing.
Command point this time. Trickster's Retort.
Right.
If you end up, an enemy unit ends up any kind of move within 9 inches of me, run away 6 inches.
Okay. And that's very tricksy. Harlequin's moving twice in my
turn.
movement phase. And now my flamers that I fell back out of, I can't see you anymore. That was very tricksy.
Nice.
I like it. Right, okay. So these units are staying back, guarding my home field objective, is spreading out. I fell back here with this one fella that, he fell back, and then we want to kill them. We passed battle shock, by the way, with them and them. All the battle shock passed. I can kill a unit here. Yeah. They're not jumping away. I kept one of my drop pods still in reserve because there's no need to bring it down yet. And also the Terminators, because you've got a lot of stuff in reserve right now. But one of the drop pods came in here, the Plasma Squad, just in case my Land Raider can't kill some stuff. So, yeah, the idea is you're controlling the bits over there. Yeah. I want to control the bits down here before Lickies comes in and Barrelhoff and the unit that you put in strategic reserve.
3 clowns.
Keeping my Terminators inside the Land Raider for now. Nothing for them to charge. I could have got them out this way and gone charging here. But look at all that hate. There's a lot of melter. There's a lot of shot. They would have been on their own over here. And then with other deep striking units coming down here, you could have killed my captain, killed my terminal. That would have just been a waste. I need to leave them where they can jump on something a little bit unsupported.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's try and bring it down. There's one of these things. Do they have a stealth or anything? Can I just shoot them?
The Void Weavers?
Yes.
No, it's that 18-inch thing, which you're within now.
Okay. Let's fire everything from one Land Raider into one of the Void Weavers and try and destroy it.
Which one makes you feel lucky?
The one in the middle. That's the Oath of Moment target.
Okay.
Yes. Let's put everything into that. 3s to hit you with las cannons. And then strength 12 plus 1 to wound. 2s to... Yes, many
twos
wounds.
Anyway.
Do they have 4 up and vulnerable saves as well?
They do. 6 wounds.
Okay. You make 3 of them.
I might survive.
D6 plus 1 damage. For 6 damage. Yeah, they've only got 6 wounds. So let's bring it down and no prisoners. That's a couple of points. Still haven't fired the HK on that. Still haven't fired the HK on that. Right, we'll come around to this squad then. I lined these guys up just in case I didn't bring down the Oath of Moment target, but we're in rapid fire range of the bikes.
-1 to hit naturally though.
But okay, so we're going to kill the bikes. We're overcooking some plasma and we're going to hit them on 4s. And we hit once.
Hey.
And that's a wound. So a 4 up invulnerable save. And
no,
we fail it. That's 2 damage. Hazardous? I'm okay. They have 3 wounds each. 1 is still alive. Here's some bolter fire at -1 to hit. They're only toughness 4 though, so 4's to wound. It's 3 wounds. 3 more 4 up saves. I kill a bike. Then the drop pod fired in. No further wounds caused on that unit. So the last thing left to fire over here. I'm tempted to fire with the Predator down and try and kill those guys anyway. And let the Dreadnought deal with them? Maybe. Well, we'll fire this guy. We did the tactical doctrine so he can fall back, shoot and charge. So he'll fire him first and he misses. Brilliant. We'll fire in the Dreadnought at that unit. Here's the 2 multi-melters and they both hit. And they wound on 2s. There's a wound with a multi-melter.
4 up invulnerable save.
That's really good.
Cocked, that would have been.
Dodge it. You dodged to one side. Brilliant. Also got a Storm Bolter in rapid fire range. Only 1 hit. There's a wound. And a kill one. After a shoot a unit, you can move that unit if you want. D6 plus 1.
I considered it, but then all it does is means you're absolutely shooting that unit down there.
Yeah.
So I go for it.
And now I'm conflicted. I think what I'm going to do is put 2 las cannons into them. And the HK? Yes. No. Yes. What we do is we'll do the Predator. Yes, we'll do the
cannon rapid fire.
Yeah, we're in rapid fire range. We'll do the Predator cannon into them, and then the Dreadnought polishes them off. 2 las cannons and a HK on that unit that tried to jump away from me.
No.
Yes. 3s. I hit once and I wound. And you're going to roll a 4, aren't you?
Who's it for them?
Yeah, the further unit that jumped away from me.
Yes.
And they're fine.
Victory. Do they want to move D6 plus 1?
Now the Predator autocannon in rapid fire range. Lots of hits.
2s.
Wounds on 2s. 4 wounds on the unit right in front.
4 guys.
And
they're 1 dice.
Only 1?
4 up invuln coming in clutch.
Only 1. That's the end of my shooting phase. I need to kill more than 1.
I am going to move them now.
What?
Because you just shot them.
Yes.
And you hit them.
Yes.
So I didn't do it on the other squad after you shot them, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
D6 plus 1 move, because I want to run away from a Dreadnought.
Okay, run away from the Dreadnought.
I'm running...
They're 2 inches. It's not very far.
It's not very far.
Dreadnought's still going to charge us.
Yeah, they didn't do so well there.
The Dreadnought, that's enough. Space Marine Sergeant charge back in as well.
Hero.
I need no prisoners. I need to kill more stuff. And I'm going to tank shock.
I'm choosing -1 to hit once you've got through tank shock.
Right. Spending my CP on tank shock. 5s. I do mortal wounds. So this Dreadnought's going to hit you on 4s then. And I hit...
Helps me.
Once. That's not good.
2s though.
A wound.
Dodge.
I don't kill 1. And then the sergeant raises his chainsword and hits once. I'm only... And doesn't wounds. That means I've only killed a unit.
I'm going to kill the sergeant.
Yeah, you get to fight back now. Here's the power sword.
On 3s.
Against my sergeant. That's 2 hits. 3 hits. 4s?
Yeah, 4s to wound you.
Yeah.
6 is a devastating.
There's a dev
That's
and a 1
2.
and a dead sergeant. And I get 4 points for bring it down and no prisoners because this unit refused to die despite all the shots from the Predator and the Dreadnought and the charges and the tank shocking. I'm at range to charge around there with the squad that deep struck in. I've still got 2 flamers sat there. So if anyone comes near them, they're going to be overwatching, unless you do that thing again.
So annoying.
In your phase, you're going to pick up 5-10 for being on these 2 objectives.
I'm OC4, you're OC higher with
6
these 2?
there,
6
3 and 3.
Great, yeah. So
okay. So let's go on to Harlequins and Aspect Warriors turn 2. So the Eldar also want to kill stuff for no prisoners and cleanse some of these objectives in no man's land. So here we are after the Aeldari movement phase as they're seeking to take no prisoners and kill as much as the 13th as possible. All the units that were in reserve have dropped down onto the battle grid, except for that unit of 3 that hopped back into strategic reserve. There's no need for them to drop in right now. And the last remaining Shadow Seer over here, he's cleansing this objective and scoring this objective. All the Battle Shocks tests passed, I think I mentioned that. And then you rolled a really bad roll on your advance on the Fire Dragons. You gave them +2 to move as well.
Yes.
So you re-rolled it and you didn't get a good roll.
Did a really bad roll again.
Yeah. So there's 3 of them and Fugan who can see the rear of the Land Raider. The 2 at the back can't see the Land Raider. They've come zipping around this way, and the bikes have come over as well, either to screen the Fire Dragon for a potential return charge from a chunk of Terminators, or to nail lots of firepower down into the Space Marines holding on to my backfield objective. Talking about nailing the Space Marines in the backfield objective, the Warp Spiders have deep struck in here.
Yeah.
These guys are still in combat with the Dreadnought, and Baharoth and the Swooping Hawks have come back here to clear away the backfield lines where the Plasma Squad is.
Yes.
And then you spent another battle focus token point on, I can't overwatch these guys again. And they're lumping forward to try and get rid of the Flamers.
Yeah.
So maybe the Flamers dead, maybe the Plasma Squad dead, maybe the Land Raider dead, and lots of pressure in the backfield as well, trying to kill as much as possible. So you're in combat with a Dreadnought, and they've both got fusion pistols.
They do.
Yeah.
So I hit on 3s.
Yeah.
2 hits.
Hit both at a time.
Strength 8, toughness 8.
I think it's toughness 9.
Toughness 9, is it?
Yes.
I'm going to double check the strength of these. I think it's 8.
Okay.
I'd have to check.
It is toughness 9, so no wounds caused on the Dreadnought. Now coming to Baharoth. Now when he jumps in, all of his shots become critical.
Yes.
So
if he hits on 2s, they're lethal.
Okay.
So he hits all the times. They're all auto wounding.
And then -1/2 damage. So 4s, you take out 2 of them. 1 minute, we move the Swooping Hawks closer. New codex. Sultan's just checking all the rules and things. They have a grenade pack when they come dropping in at the end of the movement phase. So we're going to do that now.
On 4-ups, I'll do mortal wounds.
Okay.
So
that's 5 mortal wounds. I'm glad we remembered it. Then we did the shooting phase for the rest of the Swooping Hawks, and he killed off the last wound on the last guy.
Yes.
Absolutely nuking that squad.
Didn't expect that.
These are the squad that can jump back up again, right?
With Baharoth, yes. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Where are we going next?
Got some shooting here. We've got 4 fusion pistols again going in.
Smoke on the Land Raider.
Fair enough. 1 in half range, the rest aren't, so hitting on a 4 now.
Yes.
Hits.
Okay.
We're on a 5.
Yes.
Wounds, -4, but smoke.
So -3. I fail the save.
D6 +2.
Okay. That
For
is
7.
7 damage. So the Land Raider's on 4 wounds left, and then the other guys?
Yeah, so we're going to try and do them somewhat at the same time. So we hit on 4s with these 2.
Okay.
And then the Troop Master hits on a 3 now because of the thing.
Okay.
They all
Right.
I spent a command point on getting Fugan around the corner.
Yeah.
So I need 5s.
Yes.
There's 2 at -4, becomes -3 because of smoke.
So I need 5s.
Yeah.
I fail them both.
Needs a D6 damage.
Right, it's a dead Land Raider.
Oh,
No boom boom.
what a waste of a command point.
So I've stuck my Terminators there to avoid the shots from the Fire Dragons.
Yes.
Which would normally be out of range, but Fugan increases the range. So
Yeah.
there's still 3 Fire Dragons that can see them. Which means the Fire Dragons are firing all over the place. Fugan can see these 2 down here with the Flamers. So you're going to shoot the multi-shot variant into them.
Yep.
There are 3 Fire Dragons that can shoot the Terminators are shooting the Terminators, and the 2 Fire Dragons that can't see the Terminators are firing at a tactical squad over here. Here's Fugan at the tacticals on 2.
It has all the rules, so I'm probably going to miss something. It's on 2s.
Right.
Those are sustained hits too.
Are they?
This is complete and utter overkill.
Okay.
Poor tactical Marines.
Okay.
He's wounding on 2s at strength 8.
Okay. That's many wounds.
That's many wounds.
-3, 2 damage. Loads of cover between me and... Yeah, they're all dead. Those 2 are dead. So those 2 gone. Now 3 into the Terminators.
Yes.
On 3s.
3s.
They both hit.
They all hit.
All the hits.
We're not in half range, but strength 9, toughness less than.
2 wounds.
Invuns.
Invulnerable saves coming up. Fail them both. First guy. Not dead.
Alive.
And then dead.
Cocked.
Dead. He's dead.
Yeah,
You kill a dude. And then 2 more into these
Tactical
guys back
Marines,
here.
yeah. So one's a normal fusion gun,
Okay.
which hits and wounds at -4.
I need a 6. There's some cover. No, one's dead.
It's D6 damage, so he's dead.
Okay.
And then the other guy's got a fire pike, which I've forgotten the rules for.
Fire pike hits on a that. Wounds on a that. I need a 6 again. And then make a 6 again.
D6. Kills the guy.
So the bikes. You're firing all the bikes into the Terminators.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're strength 3, the Haywire guns.
They are still devastating though, so something.
Okay.
So I'm hitting you on 3s.
Yes.
Take out all those. This isn't what they're designed for.
Right.
Strength 3 is 5s.
Okay.
6s are devastating.
Okay.
So no 6s,
And
no
nothing.
wounds.
Nothing.
So now we just got a ton of shuriken cannon shots.
Right. Shuriken cannons.
On 3s, 6s are lethal.
Wounds on 3s. 5 came through. I need 3 up saves. 1 takes 2 wounds. So they've fired. He's doing an action. They've fired. And then you lined up some more Haywire over there to kill a Land Raider that's not here anymore.
I wasn't expecting to have the Terminators still have so much fire going to them because I'm
This
waiting for Azerman to come round.
Just a unit of troopies killed them.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't know how disappointed I am. So we'll start with the Void Weaver.
Right.
3 shots with the Haywire cannon on 3s.
Yes.
This is a strength 4, so
Okay.
still 5s. No wounds.
Right.
Fine. And then we've got 2 shuriken cannons underslung.
Okay.
3s, 6s are lethal.
Yes.
That's cocked. Okay.
Right.
And then
3s again. I got cover from that angle, so at least these are 2s.
Yeah.
Oh, you kill 1. 1 takes a couple of wounds as well. And now we're doing the bike.
Yeah,
Doing
really
a bike.
quickly. This is the Haywire, which hits once.
Yes.
Devastates 3 wounds.
Okay, that kills another. There's 2 Terminators left now.
Okay.
Brilliant.
And then the Shuriken,
Yes.
which is just lethal, and then 3s, 2 at -1, but you got cover.
I'm okay.
You're okay.
So yeah, just 2 Terminators left there with my captain, Brother Captain Solgarrow, and with the pain train keeps on chugging.
Yeah.
I've got the Warp Spiders targeting these guys on my home field objective.
Start with the Phoenix Lord.
Right.
Lycus, D6 plus 3 shots.
Okay.
Auto hitting.
Strength 6.
3s, twin linked.
Right. That's a lot of wounds.
She doesn't know what new model syndrome is.
It's 9 at -2, but 1 damage, so I need 5s. So she kills 2.5. Now we've got the remaining Warp Spider shots. So 4d6 more auto hits with Death Spinners. At strength 4. And I need 6 4-up saves. 1's alive on a wound, and that's the end of the shooting phase. Nuking Terminators, nuking Tacticals, nuking the Land Raider. It's an 11-inch charge here. Charging in with the Warp Spiders. And that's a 9. That's not a charge. What about all these guys with the fusion and all the devastating here into Terminators?
They're going in there.
They're going in there as well. Okay. They go flying in. And then more charges. The lead bikes want to hit the Tactical Marines here. And that's an 8. They get in there. And the second squad of bikes.
Probably not.
And the second squad of bikes don't make it in there. So 2 charges made, plus an ongoing fight. We're going to start here. You're picking the +1 to wound with the Harlequins, and no one's got any command points to spend.
And I forgot my charge bonus for the
mortal wound things.
Yeah, 4-ups.
4-ups. 4-ups for mortal wounds, and that's 3 mortal wounds, yeah.
Starting with the Troop Master.
Yes.
He hits on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Yes.
And then he will wound you, +1 to wound on
4s to wound.
6s are devastating.
Yes. And those are AP minus.
Yeah, -1.
Okay. So that's 3 wounds in total. And here's all the other fellas. 3s to hit. And 4s to wound.
But those are devastating.
Yes. And those 3 are -1. So 3 more 3-up saves.
Good.
That leaves Brother Captain stood standing on his own, fighting 4 filthy Xenos. And now we come over here to where the bikes charge these 3 Tactical Marines. Zephyr Glaives hitting on 3s.
Take out misses.
Yeah, and winning on 3s.
These are all -2.
Okay.
2 damage.
5 up saves. Everyone's dead.
No.
Sorry, 2 guys died. There's 1 guy left.
Good man.
1 guy left over there. My turn to fight back. Dreadnought was going to try and punch them.
Yes.
You make me -1 to hit again.
Why not?
Okay. 4s to hit you. I hit you twice. And 2s.
Almost certainly.
I wound you twice.
Need a 4s or death. Ha!
Death.
I choose death.
Yay, I cleared off an objective, which is good because this is the only objective that I'm going to control at the start of turn 3. Fought back here with this fella. I did a wound on a bike, and now we come across to Brother Captain Solgaro fighting these guys. With the Honour Vehement and his relic weapon, he's got 6 attacks? 7 attacks. He's hitting you on 2s. And strength 6 with the Honour Vehement. I'm actually wounding you on 2s.
Yeah.
And I did 5 wounds to
5 wounds. I'm going to do them one at a time initially because I don't know how many wounds to.
Well, they all have 4 up and vulnerable saves.
They
right?
do.
So you just do them all together.
All right.
Yeah.
So you definitely kill 2 of the bodyguard.
Yeah, I wipe out 2. That leaves 1 dude left with the Troop Master. And that's the end of Aeldari. Turn 2. So the Eldar pick up 2 points for cleansing an objective over there and maximum number of points for no prisoners. I'm only going to pick up 5 on the primaries in turn 3 for being on this objective. Unless I pass a punch, a battle shock test over here.
You'll contest me if you pass with 1, and you'll win it if you pass with 2.
Battle shock on this guy.
He's good.
He's okay. Battle shock on the other guy. He's okay. Good. So I will pick up my 10 points.
Yeah.
As we go on to Astartes, turn 3. So adding on my primaries, it's 26 to 27 in favour of the Aeldari, and I need to extend my battle lines and assassinate a target, a character. It's already desperate stuff for the Noble 13th, but it's okay. I have a plan, and the plan is to shoot the Eldar off of all the objectives.
Hooray!
Pass my battle shock. So these guys fell back. Well, that one did. That one just stood there. And I'm extending my battle lines already because I've got the tank. Shouted out the assault doctrine and rolled a fat 6 on the Dreadnought because I need assassinate. So that Dreadnought can go charging in there and help out Brother Captain Solgaro by punching him. Which puts me very close to fire dragons and really scared of fire dragons.
Yeah.
So Librarian Sagamir has dropped in here. The idea is to nuke the fire dragons with as much as I can, and I've made them the Oath of Moment target. Opportunities for assassinate here as well, with killing Fugan or killing the Troop Master there. Or the last thing that dropped in was the drop pod here, which is going to shoot in at the Shadow Seer, which is -1 to hit, but that's assassinate as well.
Yeah.
Kill them, and you're not on any objective except for this one with the fire dragons. So
Dire Avengers.
Dire Avengers. So the Predator is going to shoot at them and hopefully blow them off of that objective. You won't be on any objectives. Maybe.
Treat yourself.
A couple of things to worry about, though. I thought about falling back with Brother Captain Solgaro here, but if I did that, then you could spend a battle focus point and just jump on the objective anyway.
Yes.
And get away from the Dreadnought charge.
Yeah.
So I'm not falling back because then you get a chance to fall back. Or stay locked up in combat. Maybe the Dreadnought can kill them. The other cheeky thing I did is look where I put the drop pod. I'm blocking off the shots from the Dire Avengers. They're going to have to do some battle focusing stuff to get round to try and shoot these guys. And if I get engaged on all fronts or behind enemy lines at some point,
sorted, yeah.
I've got some drop pods back in your deployment zone now. So Operation Kill Dire Avengers and Fire Dragons are in effect. But before we do that, we'll give these bikes a little tickle, I think. Yeah, we'll give them a tickle with this guy who hits on that and wounds on. I wound once, 4 up and done.
I'm good.
He's fine, because if he was down to 1 wound, I might have charged. We're not, okay. So now, Predator. I'll fire the HK finally. We'll fire the Predator and all the shots in at the Dire Avengers. We are in rapid fire range though, so they all hit. And
3s, 2s.
they all wound. They have a 4 up save, their cover goes to a 3 up. But because I'm firing at an infantry unit, it's AP -2. So 5 up saves.
I'm alright.
And take down 2. Here's the last cannons. One of them hits. Doesn't wound. Drop pod into Swooping Hawks in rapid fire range.
Into Swooping Hawks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try and kill a couple of them. Because they're only toughness 3.
They are.
So it is 3s to wound, and I wound them twice.
4 up saves.
And
okay.
They're fine. The other drop pod into the Dire Avengers. Hits once and wounds once. Another 4 up save.
4 up. Fine.
They're okay as well. Right, let's go for assassinate.
He is stealthy.
2 melters into them. 4s. He's very stealthy.
He hits.
I hit him
Not
both
stealthy.
of the times. 2s to wound him. I wound him both of the times. 4 up and vulnerable saves.
I make one fail one.
D6 damage, 3 wounds to get through, and that's a 2. And then all the bolter fire hits twice and wounds twice. 2 more 4s.
Oh,
and
he's dead.
He's dead. Now my Terminator's firing everything at the Oath of Moment target. So, because I'm firing at the Oath of Moment target, hitting on 2s.
6 is a sustained.
With all the rerolls, yep. Then with +1 to wound, 2s to wound. It's a lot of wounds. 17 2-up saves.
3 up saves.
3 up saves.
And then if we get to Fugan, then yes.
Okay.
So 3 up. So far you killed 2.
Yes.
Which means there's 3 guys.
More 3s. There's a couple more dead.
Just the Exarch left now. Who's got a wound left. Who's alive. 3 up. 3 up. 3 up. 3 up. It's the Exarch on a wound and Fugan left.
Right. Here's the assault cannon, which is going to wound on 2s.
2 of those were sustained, so chuck another dice, a couple of dice in.
Thank you.
It's alright.
There's 8 wounds.
8
More
wounds.
3-up saves on the lone guy.
I'll do one at a time again. 1, 2.
He's
He's dead.
Right. Now Fugan.
Now 6 on Fugan. He has
Yes.
2 up saves, 4 up in Vun. He takes a wound.
So Fugan's got 4 wounds left. Then we do a focused smite for 1 shot, which hits and wounds. And it's -2.
Okay.
And you're okay. This leaves Fugan stood there on 4 wounds remaining. And that's the end of my shooting phase. Let's try and charge with the Dreadnought to help out my captain. Yeah, again. 1 minute, I interrupted Sultan there. He was waving frantically at me to say he was going to do a battle of focus move on Fugan.
Yes.
After I shot him, so he can move 2 inches.
He's just going this way.
Because I was eyeing up a charge afterwards as well.
Yes.
So he goes through. Well, the Terminators might as well try and charge. I think it's a 10 to get into your bikes. It's going to be a long one. And that isn't going to make it. And come back round here. I have to charge you.
Yeah.
And I've got to charge you. I've got to charge you. The Space Marines would charge them. So that one fell back. This one's going to charge. I failed to charge.
Well, for a command point, I'll come to you.
What do you mean?
So there's a cool stratagem called
Yes.
Bloody Dance.
Yes.
At the end of the charge phase, if in my turn I would have been eligible to charge, so
Yes.
say this was my turn and I could charge these guys, I absolutely could,
Oh, yeah.
then I can charge as long as I'm within 6 inches.
Okay. You
So
charge
I'm gonna
me.
charge you. There we
Brilliant.
go.
And you go charging in.
Whee.
And that gets you an OC of 4 now?
4 and you're still 4, so I do need to kill you to get
Yeah.
But I don't get any charge bonuses, so I'm not fights first.
It stops me getting extend battle lines unless I kill that guy on 1 wound. 2 wounds.
Yeah.
We might as well just. Well, you don't get to fight first.
No, there's no charge bonuses, so this is a normal ongoing
So
combat.
this guy, if I kill that guy, I'm good.
Well, defenders fight first, so you've got a...
Over here.
Yeah.
Right, Dreadnought. You're making
Minus
me...
1 to hit,
Right,
yeah.
okay. Dreadnought hitting you on 4s. Dreadnought hits twice.
All you need.
Dreadnought wounds twice.
4 up invulnerables. The player dies, the troop master's still about.
Okay. Now we're on to defender units.
Me.
So you
I
might
will
as well
fight
pick
with those
here.
bikes, yeah.
Sepha's going wickety onto my guy back
doing
here.
what?
Wickety. That's the noise they make as
The
they.
90s DJ,
Yeah,
3s.
it's good hitting.
That's good hit. And then 3s. Yeah. Small hands. 4 minus 2.
Is the 6 a devastating?
No, it's just a good weapon.
4 5-up saves. He's dead. Dude, that's turbo cool. Showing off more of the movement shenanigans. You can move my shooting phase, move my fight phase, and you've basically stopped me getting extended battle lines. I like it.
See, it'll never be a problem for the way I play my Space Marines because I'm already running at you.
Yeah, Blood Angels come straight for me. Anyway, you got the Troop Master over here.
Yes, and I fought over there, so you can now fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because it's the Assault Doctrine, I've got lots of attacks. I think it's still -1 to hit.
No, because that was the troop unit,
Okay.
and they're dead.
Okay.
So
2's to wound you. That is 6 wounds.
6 4 up invulnerable saves.
Yes, 2 damage a time with his
Yeah, I think
relic
he's only got 4 wounds.
weapon. I think he's dead. That's 8 damage. So at the end of my turn, I don't get extend battle lines, but I have assassinated a thing. And Operation Push all the Eldari off all the objectives didn't work because they've stolen my home field objective.
And your heart.
And they're still very much in control of their home field objective as well. As we go into Aeldari turn 3. So it's 37 to 31 to the Eldar, and they want overwhelming force, kill units in range of objectives, and start defending their stronghold. So at the end of my turn, the Swooping Hawks leapt back up into strategic reserve, and they've come dancing back down again over here to grenade the crap out of my Terminators, along with Azaman, who spent the battle focus points on wind swift advance so they could go a bit further. Remember, Azaman hits on 2s with his pistols, and he's got a once per battle thing where he wounds infantry on 3s and devastating. So 2s to hit, 3s to wound, devastating, no save, 3 damage. He's a Terminator killer. So along with the Swooping Hawks grenades and Azaman doing his thing, yeah, those Terminators are probably not there anymore. And the bike and the last dude came over here to defend your stronghold. Started defending your stronghold. And then you wind swifted in the middle for extra movement with Fugan. So he can come dashing over onto objectives. And Warp Spiders jump a very, very long way. They've zipped over onto the central objective as well, with bikes looking down from above. While that Space Marine in the backfield he's in a lot of trouble. At the end of this turn, if everything goes well for the Aeldari, there'll be very little left for the Space Marines. So let's go on to the shooting phase. So at the end of the movement phase, we're dropping grenades on the Terminators. And that is 4 mortal wounds on the Terminators. And now we're on to the shooting phase, and Azaman is doing his 6 attack things with all of the pistols all of the times on 2s. That's many, many hits. And on 3s, he's just killing Terminators. And that is 4 dead Terminators. And that just leaves Chief Librarian Sagamir stood there on his own as the Dire Avengers fire in with all their guns, and they hit on 3s, and they wound on 5s. Would be sustained if you're in half range. 4 3-up saves. He takes a wound. Now Baharoth and the Swooping Hawks fire in.
On 2s, they all auto wound.
Brilliant. It's nice that, isn't it? When he drops in, you don't even need to roll a wound. Just roll a hit. Just roll a hit, and they auto wound. They're all -1.
2 damage.
My Librarian's dead. Now we come to the middle, where Fugun wants to one-shot a Dreadnought. He's going to hit the Dreadnought on a 2. And that's a 2.
Strength 14.
I think it's a 3 to wound.
Wounds -4.
I need a 6. It's not a 6. How much damage?
D6 plus 6.
Is it? That's 11 damage. And that's not a boom. It just gets cut in half. And we got 1, 2, 3 separate bikes firing at the Predator. We're going to do it all together.
Yeah.
They all hit on 3s. And you hit 3 times. And anti-vehicle 4 up.
So 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. It's got 5 left. Then a chunk of the...
Shuriken cannons.
That's the ones. And these are going to need 5s to wound.
They are.
And that is 3 wounds. And I'm sat right in the open. And I take another 2.
Yeah.
And now the Void Reaver is going to try and polish him off. And he hit all the times. Wound.
3 damage.
And... oh no, it's no save. It's devastating.
It is.
It's dead. It's dead. So that's the blow up thing, yeah.
Oh.
And so it doesn't blow up. It just gets melted by the haywire. Back in my deployment zone, there's a Space Marine on 1 wound getting lit up by a couple of bikes. Many dice rolls later, he's absolutely destroyed, and now we have Lycus and all the Warp Spiders shooting Brother Captain Solgaro in the back. There's Lycus.
D6 plus 3 auto hits for Lycus.
But 9 again. 9 last time, 9 this time. 3s to wound.
Strength 6, yeah, twin linked.
Twin linked, I like it. 6, 4-up saves. I take 3 wounds. Now the Death Weavers on the Exarch has 6 shots as well. 6 auto hits as well.
Yeah, and these wound on 5s, but they're twin linked.
Okay.
For 5.
5 more, 3-up saves. Brother Captain Solgaro falls. And even if you didn't take him down, there was potential charges in there, and that is the end of the Aeldari shooting phase, and that's pretty much the end of my army. I've got a drop pod over here, and 5 tactical marines over here, and that's all I have left. And there are still Swooping Hawks jumping around. There are still Dire Avengers. There are still Warp Spiders. There's still Fugan. There's still some bikers. There's still half of the Eldar army left on the table, but I've lost 90% of my forces. So at the end of turn 3, Space Marines are going to quit the field. And this is the way the world ends. So then we went away and had a look at some cards. My final score at the end would be 31 or 41 with painting standard, and you'd pick up all the 15s and max out the primaries and then pick up a bunch more secondaries. And the final score would be 87 points to the Eldar to 41 to the Space Marines. Sultan, a glorious victory for the Filthy Xenos. You're an Imperial player at heart.
I am.
But what do you think of the Filthy Xenos?
I think the Filthy Xenos are great fun.
Yes.
So one of my favourite things about the Drukhari, which I play quite a lot, is they're really quick.
Yes.
These are somehow quicker.
Yeah.
Because of just the ability to do the extra moves and stuff. And I felt like I was playing the entire game. So whenever you do something, I'd be sitting there going, I'm involved with the game thinking, can I react to this? And you were then starting as we got along, first time you playing against this codex,
yes.
like counter-planning that.
Yes.
So like the Harlequin's ability to charge in your turn, that's a brand new thing. Next time you'd be like, I have to take the initiative and charge you because you're going to charge me. So things like that.
You're moving when I move. You're moving when I shoot you. You're moving further when the things. I don't think it's been, well, I don't think I've underestimated an army as much as I underestimated this army here. Aspect Warrior is strong. This guy doesn't even need to re-roll a wound. He just hits. And the mortal wounds. As a man doing... hitting on devastating thingy bobs,
3-ups,
just killing Terminators for days.
He did one thing the entire game and wiped out 200 points of the squad. Yeah.
Licky's is quite tasty as well, and we didn't even get to see her in close combat.
Well, it's the flicker jump and then charge.
Yeah,
because she would have run in.
Flicker jump and charge.
Yeah,
24-inch move all the way from there, and you can charge. Fugan, if you kill him, he can get back up again on a 2
with all his wings.
At the end of a phase, he can get up anyway. Harlequins, when you kill characters, like when I killed that one over there, you can get them back up. Any
Decided
character
not to, but
on half the wounds. Well, you didn't want to get that one back up there because your strategic planning to charge here to stop me getting extend battle lines and also to secure more objective points for you.
Yeah,
because that would have got me, not got me 5 points, but this was a flip of 10 points.
Yeah.
So that was strategic genius on your behalf.
Oh.
What are you adding to your Eldar next? Surely all the Aspect Warriors all the time. They're the new hotness. They are good.
Yeah, I've got the Avatar of Cain on his way.
Yes.
Or their way, I don't know. And then I've got Karandros has gone, but I've got Striking Scorpions, I've got Howling Banshees and Jane Zar. I've already got Dark Reapers. They didn't come today. But I want to get Malgan Ra to go with them. Dark Reapers are probably my least favourite of the Aspect Warriors, but the rest are super cool.
Yeah.
All the Aspect Warriors, all the time, Shining Spears, and I'm going to bring the Aspect host against you at some point this year.
I think the list might be something like the Avatar and as many Aspect Warriors and a few Wave Serpents as you can get your hands on, or Falcons, because you can embark in Falcons as well.
Yeah, paint them in the Aspect colours.
And they have the lance, they have the long range guns and things.
Yeah.
The list is probably looking something like that. Anyway, at least I got to kill Eldar.
Yes.
I like killing Eldar. We do hope you enjoyed that battle report despite the absolute bloodbath. Happy wargaming.